The Discovery of Gravity by Isaac Newton. In the late 17th century, Sir Isaac Newton formulated the law of universal gravitation, explaining how gravity works to keep the planets in their orbits around the Sun and laying the foundation for classical mechanics. This pivotal discovery not only revolutionized physics and astronomy, but also provided a comprehensive explanation for both terrestrial and celestial phenomena. The establishment of the Silk Road. The Silk Road, established during the Han Dynasty of China, was an ancient network of trade routes that connected the East and West from China to the Mediterranean Sea, facilitating not only trade, but also the exchange of culture, religion, and technology between civilizations, significantly impacting the development of the regions it connected. The signing of the Magna Carta. In 1215, King John of England was compelled by his barons to sign the Magna Carta, a document that limited royal power and laid the foundation for modern democracy and constitutional law. It established the principle that the king was subject to the law, not above it, and guaranteed rights and liberties to the nobility. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg. Around 1440, Johannes Gutenberg developed the printing press with movable type, revolutionizing the way books were made and information was disseminated. This invention played a critical role in the spread of knowledge, the Renaissance, the Reformation, and the scientific revolution, significantly impacting society and culture. The first successful flight of a powered aircraft by the Wright brothers. On December 17, 1903, Orville and Wilbur Wright achieved the first controlled powered flight of an airplane at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. This historic event marked the beginning of the aviation era, transforming transportation and military strategy and shrinking the global distance. The discovery of penicillin by Alexander Fleming. In 1928, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin, the first true antibiotic, which revolutionized the treatment of bacterial infections and has saved countless lives, marking the beginning of the antibiotic era in medicine. The development of the polio vaccine by Jonas Salk. In 1955, Jonas Salk developed the first effective polio vaccine, virtually eradicating the disease in much of the world and demonstrating the power of vaccination in public health. The creation of the United Nations. In 1945, following World War II, the United Nations was established to promote peace, security, and international cooperation, marking a significant effort towards preventing future conflicts and fostering global collaboration on a range of issues. The introduction of the World Wide Web. In 1989, Tim Berners-Lee, a British computer scientist, invented the World Wide Web, a system that simplified the navigation and accessibility of information on the Internet, transforming how we communicate, work, and access knowledge. The first human to orbit Earth, Yuri Gagarin. On April 12, 1961, Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first human to orbit the Earth, marking a monumental achievement in space exploration and intensifying the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union. The completion of the Human Genome Project. In 2003, the Human Genome Project was completed, mapping all of the genes in the human genome, This groundbreaking achievement has advanced our understanding of genetics, disease, and evolution, paving the way for personalized medicine and biotechnological innovations. The eradication of smallpox. Achieved in 1980, the eradication of smallpox through a global vaccination campaign spearheaded by the World Health Organization represents one of the greatest achievements in public health, demonstrating the effectiveness of vaccines and international cooperation in combating infectious diseases. The invention of the steam engine. The development of the steam engine in the 18th century, notably by James Watt, played a pivotal role in the Industrial Revolution, transforming transportation, manufacturing, and the global economy by providing an efficient means of power generation. The fall of the Berlin Wall. In 1989, the fall of the Berlin Wall symbolized the end of the Cold War and marked the beginning of German reunification, representing a victory for freedom and democracy over division and totalitarianism. The discovery of the structure of DNA. In 1953, James Watson and Francis Crick, building on the work of Rosalind Franklin and Maurice Wilkins, discovered the double helix structure of DNA, revolutionizing biology and genetics by elucidating the molecular basis of heredity. The ratification of the 19th Amendment in the United States. In 1920, the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was ratified, granting American women the right to vote. This landmark achievement marked a significant milestone in the women's suffrage movement and advanced gender equality and democratic participation. The signing of the Kyoto Protocol. In 1997, the Kyoto Protocol was adopted as the world's first international treaty to set legally binding targets for reducing greenhouse gas emissions, marking a significant step in global efforts to combat climate change. The invention of the telephone by Alexander Graham Bell. In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell patented the telephone, revolutionizing communication by enabling direct, instant voice transmission over long distances, fundamentally changing personal and business interactions. The first successful test of the atomic bomb. In 1945, the United States conducted the first successful test of an atomic bomb in New Mexico, marking the dawn of the nuclear age and changing the course of World War II and global military strategy. The Discovery of the Americas by Christopher Columbus. In 1492, Christopher Columbus's expedition, funded by the Spanish monarchy, led to the European discovery of the Americas, initiating extensive exploration, colonization, and the consequential Columbian exchange between the Old and New Worlds. The Invention of Vaccination by Edward Jenner. In 1796, Edward Jenner developed the first vaccine, using material from cowpox to immunize against smallpox, laying the groundwork for modern immunology and preventive medicine. The abolition of slavery. The 19th century movements to abolish slavery across the globe, culminating in legislative acts like the Emancipation Proclamation in the United States and the Slavery Abolition Act in the British Empire, marked a significant advance in human rights and social justice. the Battle of Waterloo. In 1815, the Battle of Waterloo marked the final defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte, significantly influencing the political landscape of Europe and leading to a period of relative peace and the reorganization of European borders. The Invention of the Light Bulb by Thomas Edison. Edison's successful development of a practical electric light bulb in the late 19th century illuminated the world, leading to the widespread use of electric lighting in homes and streets and transforming nighttime activities. The construction of the Panama Canal. Completed in 1914, the Panama Canal connected the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, revolutionizing maritime trade by significantly shortening the travel distance between the two oceans and illustrating the impact of engineering on global commerce. The introduction of the polio vaccine by Jonas Salk. In 1955, Jonas Salk developed the first effective polio vaccine, leading to the near eradication of the disease and demonstrating the profound impact of vaccines on public health. The first man on the moon, Apollo 11. In 1969, the Apollo 11 mission, led by NASA, successfully landed astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on the moon, achieving a landmark moment in human history and space exploration. The invention of the Internet. Arising from ARPANET, a project initiated by the U.S. Department of Defense, the development of the Internet has transformed global communication, information access, and society, becoming an indispensable infrastructure for the modern world. The first circumnavigation of the Earth. Achieved by the expedition initially led by Ferdinand Magellan and completed by Juan Sebastian Elcano in 1522, the first circumnavigation of the Earth demonstrated the globe's roundness and the vastness of the planet, altering European perspectives on geography and navigation. The discovery of the electron by J.J. Thomson. In 1897, J.J. Thomson's identification of the electron as a component of the atom revolutionized the field of physics and chemistry, leading to the development of atomic theory and deepening our understanding of the fundamental nature of matter. The invention of the calculus. Independently developed by Isaac Newton and Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz in the late 17th century, calculus introduced a new mathematical framework for dealing with change and motion, revolutionizing physics, engineering, and mathematics, and providing the tools to model complex systems and solve previously intractable problems. The discovery of insulin. In 1921, Canadian scientists Frederick Banting and Charles Best discovered insulin, transforming diabetes from a fatal disease to a manageable condition. This landmark discovery has saved countless lives and remains a cornerstone in the treatment of diabetes. The formation of the League of Nations. Established in 1920 after World War I, the League of Nations aimed to prevent another global conflict through collective security and diplomacy. Despite its eventual failure to prevent World War II, it laid the groundwork for the United Nations and the modern international order. The Manhattan Project and the Atomic Age. The Manhattan Project, which developed the first nuclear weapons during World War II, ushered in the atomic age, changing global politics and military strategy and sparking ongoing ethical and security debates regarding nuclear proliferation. The introduction of the iPhone. In 2007, Apple Inc. launched the iPhone, revolutionizing the smartphone industry by integrating internet connectivity, multimedia capabilities, and touchscreen technology. This innovation profoundly impacted communication, entertainment, and technology, shaping the modern digital landscape. The sinking of the Titanic. The RMS Titanic, the largest ship of its time, sank on its maiden voyage in 1912 after hitting an iceberg. This tragedy led to significant improvements in maritime safety standards, including better lifeboat provision and the establishment of the International Ice Patrol. The invention of the airplane. In 1903, the Wright brothers achieved the first powered, sustained, and controlled airplane flight, marking the beginning of modern aviation and altering transportation, commerce, and warfare. The discovery of radioactivity by Henri Becquerel. In 1896, Henri Becquerel discovered natural radioactivity, a phenomenon that would lead to the development of nuclear physics, medicine, and energy, fundamentally altering our understanding of atomic structure. The first transatlantic cable, completed in 1866, the first successful transatlantic telegraph cable revolutionized communication, enabling instant messaging across continents and fostering global connections and diplomacy. The construction of the International Space Station, ISS. Begun in 1998, the ISS is a symbol of international cooperation in space exploration, serving as a microgravity laboratory for scientific research benefiting humanity in a wide range of fields, from astronomy to medicine. The abolition of the transatlantic slave trade. The British Parliament's Slave Trade Act of 1807 marked the beginning of the end for the transatlantic slave trade, a crucial step toward the global abolition of slavery and a milestone in the advancement of human rights. The discovery of the New World by Christopher Columbus. In 1492, Columbus's voyage, sponsored by the Spanish crown, led to the European discovery of the Americas, initiating extensive exploration and colonization and profoundly impacting global history. The eradication of smallpox. Achieved in 1980, the eradication of smallpox through a global vaccination campaign led by the World Health Organization represents one of the greatest achievements in public health, demonstrating the effectiveness of vaccines and international cooperation. The development of the World Wide Web. Invented by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989, the World Wide Web transformed the Internet into an accessible and interactive medium, revolutionizing how we communicate, access information, and conduct business. The first human spaceflight by Yuri Gagarin. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin's voyage as the first human in space marked a significant achievement in the space race, demonstrating the possibilities of human space exploration. The invention of the steam engine. The steam engine, developed in the 18th century, powered the Industrial Revolution, transforming industries, transportation, and economies worldwide and marking a significant leap in technological innovation. The Battle of Normandy, D-Day. In 1944, the Allied forces' invasion of Normandy was a turning point in World War II, leading to the liberation of Western Europe from Nazi occupation and demonstrating the importance of military strategy and cooperation among allies. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg. Gutenberg's movable-type printing press, introduced in the 15th century, revolutionized the spread of information, facilitating the Renaissance, the Reformation, and the scientific revolution, significantly impacting society and culture. The signing of the Magna Carta. In 1215, King John of England signed the Magna Carta, limiting royal authority and laying the foundation for constitutional governance, influencing the development of democracy and legal systems worldwide. The Apollo 11 moon landing. In 1969, the Apollo 11 mission successfully landed astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on the moon, achieving a historic milestone in human space exploration and symbolizing the technological prowess of the United States during the Cold War. The introduction of the polio vaccine by Jonas Salk. In 1955, Jonas Salk introduced the first effective polio vaccine, leading to the dramatic decline of poliomyelitis worldwide and illustrating the critical role of vaccines in public health. The invention of the light bulb by Thomas Edison. Edison's successful development of a practical electric light bulb in the late 19th century illuminated the world, enabling the widespread use of electric lighting in homes and industries. The fall of the Berlin Wall. In 1989, the fall of the Berlin Wall symbolized the end of the Cold War and the beginning of the reunification of Germany, representing a pivotal moment in the struggle for freedom and democracy in Eastern Europe. The invention of vaccination by Edward Jenner. In 1796, Edward Jenner's development of the smallpox vaccine introduced the concept of vaccination, a groundbreaking advance in medical science that has saved countless lives. The development of quantum mechanics. Early 20th century scientists, including Max Planck, Albert Einstein, Niels Bohr, and Werner Heisenberg, developed quantum mechanics, revolutionizing our understanding of the atomic and subatomic worlds and leading to numerous technological advances. The ratification of the 19th Amendment in the United States. In 1920, the 19th Amendment granted American women the right to vote, marking a significant victory in the women's suffrage movement and advancing gender equality in the democratic process. The Discovery of the Americas by Leif Erikson. Around the year 1000, Norse explorer Leif Erikson is believed to have reached North America, predating Columbus's voyage by nearly 500 years and challenging traditional narratives of the discovery of the Americas. The signing of the Kyoto Protocol. In 1997, the Kyoto Protocol was adopted as the first international agreement to commit countries to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, marking a significant step in global efforts to combat climate change. The invention of the microscope. The development of the microscope in the late 16th century revolutionized science by enabling the observation of organisms and structures too small to be seen with the naked eye, laying the foundation for microbiology and cell biology. The discovery of radioactivity by Marie Curie. Marie Curie's pioneering research on radioactivity in the late 19th and early 20th centuries opened new paths in science, leading to advances in medical treatment, such as radiotherapy for cancer, and deepening our understanding of atomic physics. The invention of the compass. The magnetic compass, developed during the Chinese Han Dynasty around 206 BCE to 220 CE, and later used widely in the 11th and 12th centuries by navigators, revolutionized maritime exploration by allowing sailors to determine their direction even on cloudy days or in uncharted waters, significantly contributing to the Age of Discovery. The establishment of the World Health Organization, WHO. Founded in 1948 as a specialized agency of the United Nations, the WHO was established to promote global public health, coordinate international health efforts, and respond to health emergencies, playing a critical role in eradicating diseases like smallpox and combating health crises, such as the COVID-19 pandemic. The first photographic image. In 1826 or 1827, Joseph Nicephore Niepce created the first permanent photograph, View from the Window at Le Gras, using a camera obscura and a pewter plate coated in bitumen. This innovation marked the beginning of photography as a means to capture and preserve moments in time. The discovery of the Rosetta Stone. Unearthed by French soldiers in 1799 in Egypt, the Rosetta Stone was pivotal in deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphics, thanks to its inscriptions in 3 scripts. This breakthrough by Jean-François Champollion in 1822 opened up the study of ancient Egyptian language and civilization to the modern world. The development of vaccines. Beginning with Edward Jenner's smallpox vaccine in 1796, the development of vaccines has been one of the greatest public health achievements, preventing countless diseases and saving millions of lives worldwide through immunization against viruses and bacteria. The invention of the light bulb. While Thomas Edison is often credited with its invention, the development of the practical incandescent light bulb was the result of work by many inventors. Edison's successful commercialization in 1879 brought widespread electric lighting, transforming nighttime economy and society. The first test of the atomic bomb, the Trinity test, on July 16, 1945, in New Mexico, marked the first detonation of a nuclear weapon, heralding the atomic age. This test under the Manhattan Project significantly impacted the conclusion of World War II and the dynamics of international relations. The signing of the Declaration of Independence. On July 4, 1776, the Second Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence, asserting the 13 American colonies' freedom from British rule, an event that played a pivotal role in the formation of the United States and inspired global movements for independence. The invention of paper by Kai Lun. Around 105 CE, Kai Lun, a eunuch of the Han Dynasty, greatly improved the method of making paper, making it more accessible and practical for widespread use. This innovation was crucial for recording information and spreading knowledge, impacting education, governance, and culture. The first successful human heart transplant, performed by Dr. Christian Barnard on December 3, 1967, the first successful human heart transplant was a groundbreaking event in medical history, opening the door for advances in organ transplant surgery and saving numerous lives. The launch of Sputnik. 1. On October 4, 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the world's first artificial satellite, into orbit, marking the beginning of the space age and the international space race, significantly influencing technological and political developments during the Cold War. The completion of the Panama Canal. Opened in 1914, the Panama Canal connected the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, revolutionizing maritime trade by significantly shortening the travel distance for ships, illustrating the impact of engineering achievements on global commerce and geopolitics. The invention of the microscope. The development of the microscope in the late 16th century, with significant contributions from Antony van Leeuwenhoek, revolutionized the biological sciences by allowing for the observation of organisms and structures too small to be seen with the naked eye. The codification of Roman law. Under Emperor Justinian I in the 6th century, the Corpus Juris Civilis, body of civil law, was compiled, systematizing centuries of Roman law and serving as the foundation for legal systems in many modern states, influencing the development of international law and legal thought. The first powered flight, achieved by the Wright brothers. In 1903, this innovation marked the dawn of the aviation era, significantly impacting transportation, commerce, and military strategy worldwide. The discovery of the double helix structure of DNA. In 1953, James Watson and Francis Crick unveiled the double helix structure of DNA, revolutionizing our understanding of genetics and opening new avenues in medical research, forensic science, and biotechnology. The first human on the moon. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first human to walk on the moon during NASA's Apollo 11 mission, a monumental achievement in human space exploration and a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. The creation of the Internet. Emerging from ARPANET, the creation of the Internet has reshaped global communication, economy, and culture, becoming an indispensable part of daily life and facilitating the digital revolution. The unveiling of the structure of penicillin. In 1945, Dorothy Crowfoot Hodgkin determined the structure of penicillin using X-ray crystallography, paving the way for the development of other antibiotics and revolutionizing medical treatment of bacterial infections. The invention of Braille. Louis Braille invented the Braille system in 1824, providing a tactile reading and writing system that opened up the world of literature and education to the visually impaired, significantly enhancing accessibility and independence. The foundation of the Red Cross. In 1863, Henry Dunant founded the Red Cross, introducing a humanitarian approach to the treatment of casualties in armed conflicts and disasters, a pivotal moment in the development of international humanitarian law. The introduction of the Gregorian calendar. Implemented by Pope Gregory the XIII in 1582, the Gregorian calendar corrected inaccuracies in the Julian calendar, standardizing the calendar system used by most of the world today and affecting various aspects of daily life and cultural practices. The discovery of the circulation of blood. In 1628, William Harvey published his work on the circulation of blood, challenging centuries-old theories and laying the foundation for modern physiology and cardiovascular medicine. The Treaty of Westphalia, concluded in 1648, the Treaty of Westphalia ended the 30 Years' War in Europe, marking the beginning of the state system based on sovereign states and influencing the development of modern international law and diplomacy. The invention of the assembly line by Henry Ford. Henry Ford's introduction of the moving assembly line in 1913 revolutionized manufacturing, significantly lowering the cost of production and making automobiles affordable to the general public. The first transatlantic wireless communication. In 1901, Guglielmo Marconi successfully transmitted the first wireless signals across the Atlantic Ocean, demonstrating the potential of radio communication and leading to the development of global communication networks. The decipherment of linear B. In 1952, Michael Ventris deciphered Linear B, an ancient Mycenaean Greek script, providing valuable insights into the early history of Greece and the Mycenaean civilization, and showcasing the importance of linguistics in understanding ancient cultures. The invention of the battery. Alessandro Volta created the first true battery in 1800, providing a continuous source of electrical power and laying the groundwork for the development of electrical technology, which has become foundational to modern society. The first cloning of a mammal, Dolly the sheep. In 1996, scientists at the Roslin Institute in Scotland successfully cloned Dolly the sheep, the first mammal cloned from an adult somatic cell, sparking debates on the ethics of cloning and advancing the field of genetics. The synthesis of urea. In 1828, Friedrich Wöhler synthesized urea, marking the birth of organic chemistry by demonstrating that organic compounds could be produced from inorganic materials, challenging the vital force theory and significantly impacting the chemical industry and pharmaceuticals. The establishment of the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Founded in 1944 at the Bretton Woods Conference, the IMF was created to promote international monetary cooperation, exchange stability, and orderly exchange arrangements, facilitating post-World War II economic recovery and stability. The first human-made object in space, V-2 rocket. In 1944, the V-2 rocket, developed by Werner von Braun and his team in Nazi Germany, became the first human-made object to travel into space, crossing the Kármán line and paving the way for space exploration and ballistic missile technology. The discovery of the electron. In 1897, J.J. Thomson's experiments with cathode rays led to the discovery of the electron, revealing the subatomic structure of the atom and laying the groundwork for modern physics and chemistry. The invention of the World Wide Web. Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web in 1989, revolutionizing the Internet by introducing a hypertext system that made information easily accessible and navigable, fundamentally changing how people access, share, and create information. The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. In 1869, the United States celebrated the completion of the first transcontinental railroad, connecting the east and west coasts and significantly impacting the nation's economy and settlement patterns. The eradication of rinderpest. Following a global vaccination campaign, rinderpest, a devastating animal disease affecting cattle and wildlife, was declared eradicated in 2011. This achievement marked only the second successful eradication of a disease and demonstrated the effectiveness of coordinated global disease control efforts. The invention of the cotton gin. In 1793, Eli Whitney's invention of the cotton gin revolutionized the cotton industry by greatly increasing the speed at which cotton fibers could be separated from seeds, fueling the cotton boom in the southern United States and inadvertently contributing to the expansion of slavery. The introduction of the euro. In 1999, the euro was introduced as the official currency of the Eurozone, facilitating trade and economic integration among member countries and representing a significant step toward economic union in Europe. The Wright brothers' first flight. Achieving the first powered, controlled, and sustained airplane flight in 1903, the Wright brothers ushered in the age of aviation, transforming travel, military strategy, and global connectivity. The adoption of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. In 1948, the United Nations General Assembly adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, establishing a comprehensive set of rights and freedoms for all individuals and becoming a foundational document for human rights advocacy worldwide. The invention of the telephone by Alexander Graham Bell. Bell's 1876 invention of the telephone revolutionized communication, allowing for the direct transmission of voice messages over long distances and laying the foundation for global telecommunications. The formation of the African Union. In 2001, the African Union was established to promote unity, peace, and sustainable development across the African continent, succeeding the Organization of African Unity and aiming to address social, economic, and political challenges in Africa. The cloning of Dolly the sheep. In 1996, scientists at the Roslin Institute successfully cloned Dolly the sheep, the first mammal cloned from an adult somatic cell, sparking discussions on the ethics of cloning and advancing genetic research. The launch of Apollo 11. In 1969, Apollo 11 mission successfully landed the first humans on the moon, a historic achievement that demonstrated the capabilities of human space exploration and fulfilled President Kennedy's pledge to land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth. The development of the polio vaccine by Jonas Salk. Jonas Salk's development of the polio vaccine in the 1950s significantly reduced the incidence of poliomyelitis, showcasing the impact of vaccines on controlling infectious diseases and improving public health. The first powered flight. The Wright brothers' achievement in 1903 of the first powered flight marked the beginning of modern aviation, revolutionizing transportation, military strategy, and human mobility. The invention of penicillin by Alexander Fleming. Fleming's accidental discovery of penicillin in 1928 introduced the era of antibiotics, dramatically altering the treatment of bacterial infections and saving millions of lives. The creation of the United Nations. Formed in 1945 to prevent future global conflicts and promote peace and cooperation, the United Nations has played a crucial role in international diplomacy, humanitarian aid, and the establishment of international law. The invention of the printing press. Johannes Gutenberg's movable-type printing press in the 15th century revolutionized the dissemination of knowledge, facilitating the Renaissance, the Reformation, and the scientific revolution, and significantly impacting European society. The discovery of the New World by Christopher Columbus. Columbus's 1492 voyage, sponsored by the Spanish crown, led to the European discovery of the Americas, initiating centuries of exploration, colonization, and cultural exchange. The signing of the Magna Carta. In 1215, the Magna Carta was signed by King John of England, limiting royal authority and laying the foundation for constitutional governance and the principle that everyone, including the monarch, is subject to the law. The invention of the light bulb by Thomas Edison. Edison's successful development and commercialization of the incandescent light bulb in the late 19th century illuminated homes and cities, significantly impacting daily life, industry, and entertainment. The fall of the Berlin Wall. The peaceful demolition of the Berlin Wall in 1989 symbolized the end of the Cold War, leading to German reunification and the collapse of communist regimes in Eastern Europe, and marking a significant moment in the quest for freedom and democracy. The invention of vaccination. Edward Jenner's development of the smallpox vaccine in 1796 introduced the practice of vaccination, saving countless lives and leading to the eventual eradication of smallpox, showcasing the profound impact of preventive medicine. The invention of the assembly line. Henry Ford's introduction of the assembly line in the early 20th century revolutionized manufacturing, significantly lowering the cost of production and making automobiles and other goods more accessible to the general public. The discovery of insulin. The discovery of insulin in the early 20th century by Frederick Banting, Charles Best, and their colleagues transformed the treatment of diabetes, turning a previously fatal disease into a manageable condition. The development of the Internet. The evolution of the Internet from ARPANET in the late 20th century has transformed global communication, commerce, and information access, becoming an essential part of modern life and society. The first human genome. Editing. The development of CRISPR-Cas9 technology has enabled precise, targeted modifications of the DNA in living organisms, heralding a new era of genetic research with vast potential for medicine, agriculture, and biotechnology. The Suez Canal opening. Opened in 1869, the Suez Canal significantly shortened maritime routes between Europe and Asia, revolutionizing global trade and maritime navigation and demonstrating the strategic importance of engineering projects. The invention of the microprocessor. The invention of the microprocessor in the early 1970s miniaturized and revolutionized computing, enabling the development of personal computers, digital electronics, and the vast array of modern digital devices that shape our daily lives.